A friend of mine went bald years ago, but he still carries an old comb around with him. He just can't part with it. You're welcome.
Oh, I hate this one. You get it. There's an actual spider in it.
How do the spiders get in there?
Sneaky.
I have no idea.
I ain't getting it. There's legitimately a spider right there.
Where?
He's right there. Ew.
How did they get in there?
Crawl.
But where? They'd have to squish themselves.
Come on.
Oh, this is long strips.
Yeah. Oh, gee.
These are alive. Again. You can start with that.
Alright, so it's actually a holiday weekend, so we don't have anyone here working on the septic. So what we're going to do is get back under the house and do the bubble foil insulation.
So we used this on our last place. We also used it on the extension at the last place. So the first time we did it, we just put it on the trusses, but when we, or not trusses, the joists. When we did the extension, we didn't. We just left it off. And we went back underneath and stapled it on later. So that's what we're gonna do with this place. So about half of it's already on there. And the weather started getting really bad because we were building it in the winter time. So we stopped, took off what we had in there because it was just holding water and everything, and it would have been quite a mess. So we just said, well, we'll just go put the second half later on and staple it on in between the floor joists. So this stuff here, I think the brand name may be Reflectix or something, I'm not sure. But we just call it bubble foil insulation. There's an actual name for it, but whatever, that works fine. Anyways, our value on this stuff is not that high, but it works great. Like from our experience over cold winters in Canada, this has worked great. So what we'll do is we'll put that on there, right just on the underside of the floor. And then we do it that way because we don't want any rodents or squirrels, mice or anything build nests under there. So this prevents that. So that's why we don't staple it to the underside of the joist. We just staple it right up in between, and it gives them no place to make a home. And they didn't do that at the last place. There was no homes under there, no nests, so that was cool. So we're gonna do it again. We liked it. And then we're gonna skirt it in after that. And then with the skirting and with that on there, the floors stay nice and warm. So that's pretty cool. And then we will put down maybe click flooring later. And when we do that, we'll also put another layer of like a vapor barrier in between that. And then we'll put the click floor on top of that, and then it just makes the floors even better. But we never had a problem with the floors. They stay warm even in the coldest once the skirting's on and all that. So that's what's going on. I think I covered the basics for it, and we're gonna get under there, show you what's up here in a second. All right, if you see under here, this section's already done, and you see it's cut in the middle there. That's because we cut it so while we were building the floor, it wouldn't be holding any water because it was pretty bad weather when we were doing it. It was in January, so we wanted to make sure that that wasn't a problem. Or maybe December. It was the winter anyways. So all we'll do, I'll just use tuck tape and tape that up. And we've done that before and no problem. So I just got to find where I haven't done this. And I'll go under and tape this, but I got to find out where I haven't done it so I can staple the other stuff up in between. All right, this is actually the front. You see the porch beam there. So right here, I'm almost the whole way. I actually only got 1, 2, 3, 4 spaces, maybe a tiny little space at the front there. So just a few strips, and then most of it must be over farther. So you can see it goes to here, and then there's just a few right here. So to do this, I'm just gonna crawl up through the gate. I'm just gonna crawl up through the gable end here because there's more space for me to actually get through. This here folds up a bit, so I got a little bit more space there too. And I'll just crawl up the other end, and then I'll get Ashley to pass me some pieces through. So we'll cut a few strips at 14.5 wide, and this is 20 feet wide, the whole thing. So we're 16 on center, so I'll do 14.5 in between. And then maybe a little bit more just so it kind of comes down onto the joist a little bit. So maybe 15 or 16. We'll just keep it at that and then fold it kind of sideways a bit. But so we'll do that. And then the length will be probably around 5 feet depending on where the bridging's at. So I'll just measure that before I get going. So I'll just cut these at like 64, and that'll be good. And the ones that are a little bit longer, I'll just fold down a little bit, so that's fine. 64 will keep it without any gaps or anything, and that's good. I'll staple it up, and then for these ones, 14.5. So I'll just cut them at 16, so it kind of folds up. I did the same thing before, It works out good, and like I said, these ones that are already done, I'll just tape them, and we'll be all good. Then the skirting and everything, and then it'll stay really good under here. So then, if you look over here where the piping's all coming out, any spot with the down, any spot that'll hold water with the down pipe there, we'll wrap that to make sure that stays warm, so it doesn't freeze in the traps there. Other than that, it'll all stay good.
So while he's down there, I'm going to be up here cutting them 16 wide, 64 long, and I'll pass them to him and he can put them up, make it a little easier than coming in and out for every strip. These ones will work, I think.
As long as it's at least 14 and a half.
Yeah. Yeah, it definitely is.
Yeah,
It's
that's
15
all
and a
that
half.
matters. It's just rough, right?
Yeah.
As long as it's like 64 or 16,
Yeah.
but 14 and a half, like no smaller than that.
Yeah.
And no smaller than 63, I think, and a half or something. 63, yeah.
Yeah. That'll be alright then. Okay.
That one will probably be able to be cut right there somewhere.
Yeah. Just need a knife. This out of the way.
And that might actually work for a tiny strip at the end. There's like one that's close where it finishes off,
Yeah.
you know?
Like the 64, you said?
Yeah. Get all this in.
It's alright. I'll just put this on it.
Yeah, that's fine. I'll need that for the next one, say. Your weight, I'll be taking it.
Yeah, right. I'll use my water bottle or something. Oh, wait, right here.
Whoa,
Okay, alright.
that's your 5 feet. That's what I thought.
64, you said, yeah?
Yeah. I figured the bridging was around 5 feet, makes sense. Because they're 10 feet on each side of the beam, you know?
Yeah. I don't know, he's cut the straightest,
Just
so.
don't cut into the deck.
No, I won't. Just giving myself a line.
You give a line, you just snips if you want.
Yeah, where are they?
Just straight inside the door. Over by in Sam's bedroom, actually. Because that's where I found that knife.
Okay, there's the first one.
Might as well get under there.
There's,
Man, I wish I could just crawl under here. Squeeze in. Oh, I need that stapler too. I might be able to squeeze under that. Oh. Maybe.
coming, yes.
They didn't say. Are you going?
Oh.
Oh yeah, get under the beam.
Yeah. First piece.
All right, so we're getting hungry. So we ordered this on Bass Pro online, basspro.com, a couple of months ago, and love it. So we usually had the Coleman stoves, but this one here is a Eureka. We saw it online. It's like, hey, let's try changing it up. Our Coleman one, well, I don't know, something rotted out, an element or something at the time, but it was pretty old. It was a good stove. But we saw this Eureka one, we're like, lots of good reviews on it online, so we're like, hey, we'll give this one a shot. And it's working out great. So it really comes in handy having this thing out here and not just having to get a fire going to use the Dutch oven, which we do that, but sometimes you just want something quick, and this is a good thing for that. So it's cool to always have, we like having one of these on hand all the time. Lunch.
Lunch is ready.
Lunch is served.
Okay. Oh, gee. Yum. That looks good. That's good.
One with the hot dog.
Alright, so now that we've got all that stapled up, we're going to go around and do the last little bit of taping, and then we'll be all done and able to move on to the skirting.
Yeah, and that's like Reflectix tape. I said tuck tape.
Oh yeah, Reflectix
This
tape.
actually, yeah.
Yeah.
Ow! Yeah.
You're dead.
Well, that's that.
That's another job complete.
So now the insulation, like you said, that's in there, taped up, ready for skirting.
Yay! So I think what we're going to do is give it a try with the hemlock. We have lots left over and don't really see the sense in buying something when we have wood right there we could probably use. So I'm going to give it a go and see what it's like, but I think it'll work fine. It did at our last place. And
Yeah,
then I'm going to paint it white, like I said, because I really like the look of that.
Yeah, and it's even better. We're on a pad here. We didn't have that before.
Yeah.
So the water drains off good and all that too. So I think we'll be all right.
Yeah, for sure.
Maybe we'll treat the ends of it or something. But hemlock's got lots of natural oils and it's pretty sweet stuff. Hemlock's
It
pretty
is,
good.
yeah. I think it'll be good.
It's like a hard softwood almost. Like it's such a cool wood.
Yep.
Anyways, that'll do the trick. We just need to keep the wind out and all that. Do a couple of doors to open up for venting and stuff
Yeah.
like that too, and we'll be good.
We'll get started on that here soon.
Yeah.
See you in the next one.
Later.